Be back. It took me a sec because I didn't have Twitch up. I didn't have anything up. Hello, I'm back. Yeah, Mondays and Wednesdays, we kind of just hang out usually. But I didn't want, I wanted to do Inescapable before it came out because I do Fairy Tale on Fridays. Excuse me. Yeah, I can't wait for the full game either. I'm very interested to see where the personalities go. Um, there's a lot more. I guess I'm just more surprised, I guess, by some of the personalities. I guess they're more in depth than I expected at this point, but it's very good. I have a high respect for the Dreamloop team. Fairy Tale Fridays. I didn't intend for it to be, but it just has been. Yeah. And when do betrayals start? Oh God. Because how someone reacts to being betrayed is going to tell a lot, I think, about the story. Yeah, I had a lot on my mind this morning, and I was like really in my head. That's why everything was fucking uh, like all over the place. And there wasn't anything like specific that I was thinking of, just like what I had to do. And like I got zoned out when I was doing my makeup, and like, it was late for my appointment. My appointment was 2:20. I looked at the clock at 2:26. I'm like, fuck. I'm supposed to be in a call right now. I'm the worst. I've been just doing like chats and talking about mindset and whatever. That's kind of worse. Yeah, I don't think I can get like it's difficult. I guess if I have to make a decision and pick one, but it would be difficult for me. I don't know why I did that. So like just outrightly be like, I'm gonna kill this guy. I care too much. Yeah, so I never know what I'm doing, but I am live um Monday, Wednesday, and Friday between 12 and 3 is when I typically start, and I usually go to like honestly whenever the fuck I want to. When it's a Fairy Tale, we go a little later. If I'm not feeling super talkative or whatever, I won't. I'll do a shorter stream. It's between me and watching. Yeah, I have been though. Like I've been on a healing journey for like this whole, you know, years that I was gone and everything, and I'm now like, it says I get up around 4:30. Oh my gosh. Ooh. Um. So I've been doing a lot more in the mornings. I used to be like a person who worked late at night, but I don't. I get up early and I start working now. But like this, yeah, that's last, I guess, iteration of leveling or whatnot. It's been like really focused on self-care and stuff, so my sleep schedule is balanced and I work more in the mornings. But for me, mornings start at like 10, not 4:30. I don't think I could survive. I go to bed at like, well, I start my like winding down to go to sleep at like 10:30. You know, put the pajamas on, take the vitamins, all of that. Oh yeah, I made these as well. This is 2 decks of cards. I used to carry these in my purse everywhere. These are the ones that I used to use to teach my game. Spiked in Malice. Well, I didn't. It's not my game. I didn't invent it. It's just the game that I often teach. And so I have 2 decks of these, and I made them like communication cards, kind of, to get like it goes along with like the card reading and numerology. I wanted to learn how to like read these kind of cards too, and I did, but also like it's different kind of answers. Like let's communicate. You know, 9 of Cups is the wish fulfillment card, so since as your wish is fulfilled, just like I made these by studying them and writing on them. But they give more direct answers for specific questions than tarot. But I still do. I do both. I fixed my Galaxy deck last night, but I don't know where it went. Dragons. Yeah, and I carry the dragon ones and the galaxy ones usually in my purse. But I carried these forever. That's why they're all warpy because they've been wet. Like I used to take them camping and stuff with me and music festivals, so they've been, spilled on and whatever. And like I can't tell you how many games of Kings these have played. Just fun things. I've been like into metaphysical stuff a lot recently. Gone back to my practice because I've been really bad about it. And I have so many notebooks. It's not good, but I still haven't found my. Ah. It is fun. It is fun. It's something that I've just like had like I guess talents for forever. Like one of the first ones I learned was how to read tea leaves. So that's fun. Meditation, contemplation, reevaluation. Oh, it's reversed. Retreat, withdraw, checking in for alignment. Literally what I was talking about. And the 4 of. So I guess 4-4 would be significant. And 4 of Blades. Reversed. Exhaustion, burnout, deep contemplation, stagnation. I write way too much. I have just a collection of. They're not useless skills, but not particularly useful. So a Knight of Blades is a like beckoning invitation for communication and shit. The start of communication. And then these both being inverted means it's probably better to move with caution with communications. It's, yeah, I write a lot. I've gone through like four no skills use of five. That's true. That's true. I am useful. Yeah. Certain communications can leave you um like feeling drained, burned out, things like that. So take the time to go in to yourself and reflect. You're stranded on an island and need to figure out our fate. That's fair. They can also the thing of tarot, like the theme is the alchemical um, transmutation of energy. So it tells a story. So you can use it, for storyboarding, for divination, for like, obviously, I'm not specifically asking any like specific question when I pull cards like that. So I just take them as like random advice or whatever if it resonates. Just practice. Yeah, tarot goes with the alchemical um transmutation of energy. So like you can see that through the major arcana with which starts with like the fool who has every path out for him. Um Magician comes after, which is, manifesting a change, things like that, and then you go into like the Wheel of Fortune, it's things returning. Justice, Hermit. You have the Tower, which is the deconstruction of a paradigm or framework of living and a reconstruction of said things. uh, but also in the minor arcana, which is like the it's 1 through 10, and then you have, yeah, there's a lot more, which is that's why it's fun. I think there's a lot of information, and uh witchcraft, if you want to put it under all of that, is more about your intention and your personal journey than others, and like trying to, I don't know, affect global change or something like that. It's more personal and under your personal practice or whatever. So your readings or whatever can go however you want to. You connect with your deck. Some people just connect with the deck, but the deck is guided by your spirit team, supposedly. But with the minor arcana cards, um, one is like one is creation or potential, with creation of the energy or potential of the energy. Energy from the specific thing can be used to create or transform your goals. And then for like two, you have polarity and perspective, which is like the push pull dynamics of things, but it can also mean like look at a different perspective on this. Yeah, inverted, they have different meanings, but it's more like it's relative to what is being said. So like the tower inverted is ruin, and it means like the inability to change those paradigms or whatever will solidify you in ruin, essentially. So it does go with that. And like when it comes to minor arcana cards, it's like um So like creation, and then there's the four suits. So creation with blades or whatever is like the initiation of conversation or the specific steps of these things, because blades is air, which is thoughts, communication, things like that. So it's kind of literal, but also kind of, you can read them um, wordplay and like interpretations, things like that. The imagery on the cards. Mine are Guillermo del Toro, so they have all of his characters on them. Uh, so two is polarity, perspective. You know, you can look at things from uh, to look at things from a different perspective. So like three of the suits in specifically to the polarity perspective, they bring, they mean like clarity, mental clarity, like physical, whatever suit they're relating to. But the two of wands is wands is action, it's fire. So the two of wands is planning, opportunity, separating your perspective from your actions. So it's specific of whatever type it's talking about. Three is expansion. Four is stability or a complacency. Yeah, it is a lot. That's why I have a lot of notes. So, like, creation, polarity, expansion, stability as a result of the expansion. Five is change. Six is restoration of balance. Seven is a choice, but a specific choice that is a filtration to get you to your goals. And then eight is the result of stealing that choice, like hardening, like standing in your choice. It's the immediate result of that decision. And then nine would be manifestation, which is the direct result of those choices. And then 10 is the completion of the entire cycle. So you go back to creation again. And that's what it means by the transmutation of energy. So yeah, creation, polarity, expansion, stability, change or challenge, like difficulty, restoration, choice, stealing, hardening, manifesting, and then complete. And then when it comes to your four signs, discs or pentacles is earth, which is physical goods. Wands is fire, it's taking action or it's your everyday actions. Cups is water, and that is, or cups or goblets is water, it's your relationships to others, emotional action, or your emotional body. And then swords is air, which is thoughts, communication, like verbal communication, engaging, things like that. And I have some notes on the other, the majors, but the majors I've studied longer, so I know better already, like what they do, what they mean. And like after, it's after Chariot, Justice, Hermit, Wheel of Fortune, Strength, Hanged. Yeah, 13 is the Death card, which does not speak to, obviously, death. It speaks to, like, basically killing your old self, like, extreme transformation, things like that. Like when I when I burn myself down and then rise from the ashes. That's what the Death card is. So it doesn't actually mean, like, it never means like you're gonna die. If that is a situation, your other cards will confirm or expand on situations. Live as Phoenix. Yeah, that's why I'm Live Phoenix now. I am notoriously hard to kill. I wish I didn't know that for truth. But yeah, that's I'm like a fucking cockroach, man. Can't kill me. Yeah, so I've been doing a lot of like tarot stuff, and I've been doing a lot of shadow work within my practice, and shadow work is looking at your uh like the dark parts of yourself, looking at your specific shadow, trying to undo some karmic cycles and try not to live in the cycle and the patterns that I've been living in. Saying what to do. Most people don't, and a lot of people probably won't have to in their lives. Oh yeah, I was gonna see about some kind of lo-fi, copyright-free music, something. Because I still haven't revisited to see how bad my audio is. But yeah, most people don't have to pay attention to their shadow, but because I've been specifically through shit, I have to look at it, and there was a lot of shit from like the way I was raised and everything that I had to go through because it fostered like selfish behaviors and unhealthy behaviors and things like that. So gotta face yourself. Be like, I've been a dick. And like I was making new connections because like where I am I don't really have any, and I was attempting to make new connections, and like I don't know, I had a difficult time with it because I had a difficult experience with like misreading, I guess, a situation. So I had cut like I didn't cut off like all communication. I actually let everyone know this time like the reason my communication has been weird is, because I got I got fucked up. No, I got fucked up. I'm sober. 3 years sober this month. I misinterpreted something and like I guess got played in a way. So I was like, fuck, now I have to give my new connections more attention when I'm attempting to make them. So I let them know, like the people I was talking to know, like I can't. Can't right now. But I have been going back and like repairing old connections that I've ruined because I was an asshole. It's trying to, I don't know. I'm on this like never ending quest of like improving myself. Yeah, apparently. My problem is on my channel, I'm like honest to a fault, so everyone knows everything. But at the same time, I think I'm kind of fucking fearless about it. I'm kind of fucking fearless in most things, and that's one thing I really like about myself. That people have, made me feel shame or nervous about in the past or whatever. Because I just think like if I talk about it, maybe somebody in the stream, maybe somebody who sees the videos later or whatever, like it can benefit them Like maybe they're in such a shitty situation like I was with my own, you know, mental prison. And they're like, oh, you know, it can be done. I can survive this. Yeah. I don't give a crap, and I try not to give names unless the person doesn't care. But if I don't know, then I just don't say anything. Inspiration, or I don't know, learn things. I don't tell things and talk about things because I think that I'm smarter or better than anybody else. I like to share information because I'm like, you know, it's like with the tarot specifically, it's like I didn't realize how simple it could be. So being able to share that and stuff and getting more people like into it and understanding and learning things and stuff, I think is like the, maybe not the most important thing, but I think it's really important. And I like doing it. I like sharing and teaching. And I tend to lead by example, so if I feel like as I did before leaving the stream, of like I was doing this charity stuff for mental health and doing all this shit from like mental health, but I wasn't taking care of my own, and that just feels really wrong to me, so I took a step away. Yeah. I think people who are insecure about the knowledge that they have or the lack of knowledge that they have see people who have information as like, I think I'm better than everybody. But it's rarely that. It's majority of the time it's like, I think this thing is so cool, and they're just talking about it, and I'm like, ooh, that does seem cool. Let me try. Yeah, so I publicly fall on my face a lot. But like what's gonna happen? If somebody doesn't want to date me, oh, it already happened. Because a place you're also just not gonna reach a lot of people, so you do it in a more gentle and caring way. People get it mostly. Yeah. That's fair. Like my whole conversation's on water and stuff. But I've had a lot of people, I don't know why, like say that I give off that energy, like I know better than everyone, and it's not that at all. It's like, if I can learn this thing, anybody can learn it. Yeah, I realize a lot of that is also projection, because if you feel insecure about the knowledge that you have, you're gonna project that people who have it are, you know, somehow different than or lesser than you, or not good, not as good as you, whatever you have to say to boost someone's ego. But yeah, that's the thing with like falling on your face and being cringe and all of that shit, is like it's kind of like only beneficial. Like, I figured the stuff that I'm good at and the stuff that I'm bad at. People who hate me get their ego boost from it. People who love me learn things from it. You know, people who see me get permission to be more whatever this is. Why do we follow Master Wayne? I don't know that one. So we can learn to pick ourselves back up. Yup. And like, I always think about, I think it was like a, I don't want to say like a niche movie, but I thought it was more like Bring It On, and like everybody kind of knew it. But Stick It, and she says something about like when you're learning gymnastics, you have to like you have to get used to or accept the fact that you're just gonna eat mat a lot. And she says, I don't just accept it, I love it. That's kind of like, that's obviously not exact, but yeah, that's the attitude. I love it. I always learn something. And if something hurts my feelings or something, I tend to have that shadow of well, not, that's one of the things that I've recently broken, but I used to have that shadow of like, you know, of course this thing didn't work out. Sorry, hi Ren. I don't know that. Especially the ending monologue is amazing. Yeah. And like, being proud of the person that I've become means that I have to accept and love all this. Oh, I definitely will. I've been going through Spotify more recently. I lost like for a couple years because of it, like my sickness and burnout and everything. I lost my ability to like listen to music, so I'm going back now with my brain like developed, and I can process and understand things better than I used to be able to. And I've been going through like my own music and stuff. And currently on my like thing, I have 700 something. So I have almost 800 songs on my liked thing, and I'm the kind of person who will just hit shuffle on that and listen to that all day. Also on YouTube, it's a pretty cool video. Okay. If it was like normal YouTube, I'd probably do it, but because it's music, I don't want to get copyrighted because these videos go up on YouTube after. Yeah, so I forgot. And also, like, a lot of the music I listened to growing up was things that were like heard around me, so I didn't necessarily know who it was by, what it was called, all those things. So I'm discovering a lot of that. My bitch baby hands. Yeah, there's no. And some of my videos have copyright on them, but because I don't monetize my channel, it doesn't affect it in any way. But if I ever want to get to the point that I do monetize my channel, I have to take those either down or off, or they get limited advertisement or whatever. I'm not doing I'm not doing any of my uploading strategically or anything like I used to, like to grow audience or whatever. I'm doing it like for my past self who didn't get to share the things because of fear or judgment or, you know, kind of. I still want to, like, the intention is still to make the career, you know, but before I don't know, I did it way more calculated, and that's how I got the success that I did. And now I don't really care about like having followers or people seeing the stuff. I just care about making the stuff. So that's why I post it to, or, talk to an audience of like two or whatever. It's way more healthy for me. I was good at it, but I also had to use alcohol to support myself at that pace to maintain something, which ended up making me inconsistent in other ways. So I quit with the alcohol. Now I just do like work when I feel like it, kind of. So like throughout my day I have like multiple activities that typically I do, and if it's like in this window of time I feel like drawing or whatever, I'll do that. If I feel like making art, like digital art, I do that. If I work on stream stuff, I do that, and then go to bed at my reasonable hour. I feel much more healthy. I used to like try to do it all. Like I'd make a list of all the things that I needed to do, or like fix on my stream or whatever, and then sit there for like 12 hours and hyper focus on it, and not go pee or eat or anything. But I would get it all done, and it would look, it would look great. It's just, it wasn't healthy the way I was doing it. It's, yeah, a recipe for disaster. Collapsed who I am as a person. So it would be nice to like be able to stably support myself while maintaining this type of calm, peaceful, slow, life, because I can't do like typical work because I have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, which affects me in a multitude of ways that make it like impossible. I didn't burn, that's upright. This is the soulmate card. I don't know what that means. Eight of Wands. I remember was specific. Oh. I lied. Movement, fast-paced change, action, alignment, air travel. So your soulmate's moving faster. Or mine. That's true. I've realized also in this recent time that it's less of wanting, I guess, a romantic relationship and more about needing attention and affection. I've been starved in so many ways. Oh, also happy Samhain! Samhain, I got all my stuff out already. I do Samhain / Dia de los Muertos. Yeah. It would be nice, but also a complete miracle if every person was able to support themselves in a calm, peaceful way. But I decided to get my Samhain stuff out, Dia de los Muertos, which means at the end of the month the veil is the thinnest. We get to spend time with some past loved ones. I got my recliner set out with my grandpa's blanket and everything. I also like made jars recently. need to find another rose quartz because I had to put my fucking my anxiety stone in there because I couldn't find my other piece of rose quartz, and I hope I didn't like throw it away when I was dumping out one of my old spell jars. So now I'm -1 fidget, but I think I'm good. Does it help me calm down? I forget what we were talking about. Which specific bird? I think the thing that calms me down the most is writing. Oh, the anxiety stone. It's like a fidget. It's like this dent thing in this type fidget because this one also like spins or whatever, and it's more of just like something to have in your hand when you're feeling anxious. And I love the anxiety stone because I could take it with me places and like have it in my pocket. It doesn't make any noise because like these ones are my favorite and they make fucking noise, like so annoying. It's a remote and a spinner and it's got all these like buttons and shit on it. Those are one of my favorites. And then my other favorite was my Tangle, which recently broke and I'm very sad about it. But it's also, I mean, it's squeaky now because it's been used a lot, but it's another one that's like silent that you can just keep in your pocket or, you know, use. Like, I have to take them to doctor's offices a lot, so because when I'm like having to wait or process difficult conversations, things like that, it's good to just have the stone. You can even like, because it's like rose quartz, it's not super bright or anything, so you can just hold it and most people won't even notice. But I've realized recently, especially with streaming and stuff, that if I do something with my hands, it helps. It helps to clear the thought processes. And I can communicate better. Like when I was playing Fairy Tale and like trying to process everything to make it go up, I was like bouncing my feet a lot. But yeah, I keep a bunch of fidgets all the time. And a little kitty that clicks. I don't know why this is, but it's a turtle that pops out. But I have bitch baby hands, so I can't do it. These ones smell good, so this one's grape and this one's strawberry. So like if I'm dissociating really bad or stuck in flashbacks or whatever, I can smell them and it helps bring me back. And then obviously the cubes that like everybody had. Pop the turtle. Sorry, and I also had the froggy with the eyes. They're supposed to stick out, but for some reason he has oil on him. I don't know why. He might have fallen in the oil warmer when I was moving shit. I had to spend like a week clearing things out and moving everything. My body hurt so fucking bad, but it was so worth it. I feel so better now. So much better now. I needed it. Yeah, I'm doing more to support those things about me, like the fidgets and stuff, and trying to pretend that they're not happening and sitting extremely stiff in my chair for my entire stream. And supporting those things has made me a calmer person, a more peaceful person. That and facing my shadows, of course. As we face the world and the bad things about you, it allows you to do better. Oh yeah, I'm a big fan of comfy chill streams. I used to get really anxious during them because I feel like I wasn't engaging enough or something, but Like I needed a game, but now it's just kind of like whatever I'm doing. I go live at the time that I intend to go live, and then whatever I'm doing at that like at that point in the day, that's what gets streamed. So whether it's like me doing my makeup or playing with my cards or just talking about these fucking thought processes that are just like on a destruction path through my brain. Yeah, and that's true. And a lot of people don't know how to talk to themselves, even like with games. Like I didn't realize it was different or unique or whatever to like talk to the NPCs. But that's something I do. I don't know, when I hear something or whatever, or I see the subtitle and someone's being a dick and judging me, I'm going to respond. Yeah, that too. That was another thing I had to really learn. And especially with, being ADHD and having hyperactive energy or whatever, it's difficult to just sit with yourself and be okay with that. Not be thinking about something, not constantly trying to distract yourself, not, you know, any of it. That's like, it's very rare that people can just like be with themselves. That's the reason why I love people that you can have like comfortable silences with, that you don't feel like you have to fill the silence, because some like when you're with somebody who feels like they constantly have to fill the silence, it's so energy draining. Like it takes everything, and it's like I just want to sit here and zone out for like 3 minutes and pretend I don't have a thought in my brain. But they feel like they constantly have to be saying something. And I was like that because I didn't know how to be comfortable with myself. And then when like, I started doing less and talking less and trying to, fill the voids less and everything, I became way more content with just being who I am. I'm chilling with friends sometimes, hang out for hours without saying much. Yeah, that's also why like my tags are, or my streams are tagged with parallel play. Because it's the same thing. Like it can even be quality time for me of like, I don't know, like sitting in the living room and I'm playing on my Switch and the person is playing on the TV or whatever, and we're playing completely different things. We're not talking to each other. We probably have headphones in, but for some reason, like, I just like being in the room. that's that's essentially what parallel play is. And like, never realized that was odd until like, I guess there's not a specific relationship that I can point it to, but like, I guess once you get in a relationship or whatever, like when you just spend time with each other, even not in a relationship, but like heading that way, um, it's like when you spend time with each other, it's like, so what do you want to do? And it means like you have to do something together, which is okay. Sometimes it's like if we both want to watch a movie and watch the same movie, then we'll do it together. But most of the time, I just want to do my own thing. I didn't realize it was weird. That was how some of my best friendships were when I was younger. Yeah, just whatever we do, we do. Like, I just want to chill, but not in a way that we are chilling together, but a way that we are individually chilling next to each other. or in the same room as each other, whatever. Like when my brother used to play video games for the short term that he lived with me, when he would play video games or whatever, I would sit behind his chair. Oh, I'd lay on the ground behind his chair and read, and that's just how I spent time. That's how a lot of my more secure connections are made, I believe. Yeah, I'm the same way. I just want to do like whatever comes up. But like I do enjoy the plan, but like I don't know. It doesn't have to be every time. Like I like when somebody puts the effort to plan an evening or whatever, but if it's like, oh, you know, want to go to dinner and then like hang out or whatever, and I'm just like down for whatever. Just down for whatever's happening. I always have my bag packed, because I wasn't even out when it happened. I was at home, but I didn't have my hospital go bag packed for some reason, and we had to call 911, and I ended up in the hospital for a week, and like they wouldn't. I didn't have access to shower or anything, and they wouldn't let me like do anything. So I have like trauma from that. So I have, I always have like enough stuff to survive for a day. Like stuff isn't like, you know, deodorant, soap, toothbrush, that kind of thing. So I'm always way over prepared for whatever's happening. Yeah, that's if every moment has to be scheduled and like every time spent together has to have deep thought put in. It's yeah. It's like, can you even be relaxed around me? Yeah. That's how I make better connections. It's just somebody that I can have comfortable silences with. That was one thing that I noticed um, years ago when I started gaming with Yoni and his friends and stuff, like off stream. Because like on stream, you know, I was this ridiculous person, and then when I play games with people like off stream or you know somebody else was streaming or whatever, I'm not going to be that ridiculous person because it's either it's their show or I'm just relaxing playing a game, you know. And they would always be like, what's wrong, what's wrong, why are you not all whatever. And then when I started playing with, you know, Yoni and his friends, I was allowed to just be just be, and nobody said anything. Nobody was like, you know, what's wrong with you or anything like that. So it's like I think that's one of the reasons why we've been friends for like for the long term. Yeah. Not a fan. And I'm the type of person who's like, you don't necessarily have to ask me things. If I want you to know something, I will tell you. So when I'm just like not saying anything or being quiet or whatever, it's like because I don't, there is nothing at this moment that I feel necessary to communicate with you. Yeah, quiet person doesn't want attention, and now we're suddenly all looking. And it can be like, not to like to use clinical terms or whatever, but it can be traumatizing to certain people, especially if they have like a social anxiety and you like unexpectedly, unbeknownst, whatever, put them on the spot or whatever. It can be like a little bit traumatizing, and especially if they don't have like a script planned or something, you know. So it's not good to just put the light on. Yeah, and then they become more socially isolated and, you know, have less interactions, and that's not how it should be. It shouldn't. We're meant to be social creatures. We're meant to have circles, groups. But that, a lot of it also really connects to certain society that we're in now and being outcasted and everything. You just gotta find the ones that vibe. I always say it sounds like so cliche and silly to be like, your vibe will attract your tribe or whatever. Which obviously we don't say tribe anymore because appropriation. But that's what they said for years. And internets and stuff. Random Andrew. Holy shit. Yeah, it's been like 3 years. This is my third week back after a 3-year break. I got really sick and almost died a few times. But I'm alive still. Yeah, I played Fallout New Vegas. I also did Fallout 4. But I haven't played Fallout 3 yet. I was thinking about doing one of those again. Now that my brain is better and I can actually like comprehend the games I play and shit. Yeah, it was slightly before because I started doing New Vegas right before I moved to like the Philly area. And then shortly after that I disappeared for a long time. But I'm back. I'm just vibing. Seeing how shit feels. Finding my own voice again. My name is Liv. I was Liviana. I want to just be Liv, but no platform will just let me be Liv. No one will let me live. LYV, yeah. I'm Liv. My laugh is notorious, apparently. Yeah, that's a sex bot quest. The first time we did it, I passed it up, so I watched a video. So the game wasn't even on my screen. Like, you guys couldn't see it, you could only hear it. I don't know why I do it. I thought that for a while it was like a stim or something. But I just, like, genuinely find so many things. If I can, like, sometimes it's just like things are so ridiculous and it's hilarious. Like, I will be sitting here by myself, like, watching something or reading something that it's just, like, for a moment from the perspective, it's just, you have a perspective of, like, I am actually doing this. You start laughing. Like, okay, for example, um, Trump was arrested a while ago. I mean, it was forever ago in internet time, but for me, it was like not that long ago. Um, and it like it's not something that I intentionally do. So like if it's a stim or a tick or something, whatever, or something I do when I'm uncomfortable, I don't. It's not like I control it. So it is genuine every time. I just haven't nailed down exactly the reason. But um, so he didn't pay his I'm not to get political. He didn't pay his bond or whatever, he used a bonds person. And a bonds person will cover the cost of your bail or whatever. And typically when somebody uses that as opposed to paying, it means that they're not going to show up for the next whatever, like their next hearing. So the person who covered that cost or whatever ends up losing the money, and that's how bounty hunters get involved. Okay? And then think Gabby Petito, not that long ago, a couple years ago, and Dog the Bounty Hunter came out of retirement. So we are now currently living on a timeline where the possibility exists that Trump will not go to court. I don't know if this is already whatever, but Trump will not go to court, and we will get Dog the Bounty Hunter going after Donald Trump, ex-president, ex-reality show, now turned like criminal. And it's just fucking ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And you just have to laugh. And that's not, like, again, it's not political. I'm not saying one way or the other. It's just that specifically being something that could be, like, it's a possibility in our reality is just absolutely fucking ridiculous and hilarious. Although I get in trouble because I do laugh at inappropriate times. Like, I was having a disagreement with somebody recently, and earlier that day we had just watched something and we were pointing out how ridiculous this character's behavior was and like laughing about it, and then in the disagreement they exhibited the exact behavior that we were laughing at. And I laughed. You don't do that. Yeah, I have a cat. I don't know where she is. She's usually not far. She's usually asleep right there. She has a heating pad. But right now I don't know where she is. But like, it's just, I don't know. It was just like so glaringly the same. And I couldn't keep it together. I laughed. That was not the good thing to do. Although one time my boss told me that his wife died, and I laughed. But I thought he was like, because he was the kind of person that had like dark deadpan humor. So when he said it, he was like, because he used to like always talk about her. He never said, you know, my late wife, anything like that. He just said my wife, my wife, my wife. My wife does this, my wife does that. So I assumed still existing. And then one day he's like, he says something, and then he said, yeah, and then my wife died. And I laughed because I thought he was being absurd. I thought this was a joke. And then I'm like, oh. It is something though, because in those situations I should have better control. Deadpan humor. Yeah, I do have deadpan humor in person a lot of the time, but there was a long period in which people would laugh at me because I said something and I was being serious about it. And then they would think that I was joking or teasing or something. And I would just laugh because it's better and easier than explaining that you're being real. If I'm friends with someone, I won't tell jokes or laugh at their jokes in person. If someone's not funny, I will not laugh at their jokes. If someone doesn't genuinely make me laugh. Yeah, I'm a big fan of like deadpan humor, absurd humor. And for a long time, I would say like certain things and I would almost feel the need to be like, "Oh, I'm joking. Oh, I'm joking. Oh, I'm joking." But like I've kind of like reconciled with my deadpan humor. So I'll just say it and then see how people react. And it's fun. Leave it up to the audience, exactly. Like I'm the type of person who's like if you have to like if you question something I say of whether it's a joke or not, 99% of the time it's going to be a joke. But like I won't usually tell you when I'm joking. I just assume that you know, or or I let you live in whatever little world you live in. Live in the land. We need to start a rebellion. Let me live. Because like most, for some reason, the platforms won't allow you to have a 3-letter name. It has to be 4. That's gonna be our rebellion on social media. Until I get famous enough that they finally let me live. I'm not serious. Oh. Well, I mean, I wouldn't care. But I've seen it happen before, and that would be pretty fucking funny. We should start the movement immediately. Let live. That's all I wanted, and that's why I have to come up with like a fucking last name or second name or something every time because I like can't just be at live. I have to be something else. Interesting. I don't know much about plants. Kind of sad that I like study like I'm a green witch or whatever, so it's like dealing with the earth and things like that, but I cannot grow a plant or keep a plant alive to save my fucking life. It's so bad. I even got like these ones that were these things, the seed package, whatever, that was like guaranteed to grow. And if it doesn't, then you can get like replacement seeds for free. I got the replacement seeds and they also did not grow. That's why I stick to like life force, kind of. That's fine. Here we go. By accident, which made them hallucinate. Ended up dying from 2 eye dose, which is crazy. I did not know that about witches, actually. But yeah. That tracks. I don't know what that is. That's what's... But I'm allergic to wheat, so... I would probably not do well anyway. Fungal pathogen on cereal crops? That is fun. Yeah, that's what I assumed too, is Nightleaf would be taken. Yeah, that's an interesting... I like... Every time I try to come up with a new username, I try to come up with something like that, because I don't like fuck tons of numbers and all that shit. I don't like having, like, underscores, although some of my stuff now has to have underscores. The internet is getting too old. So creative and original. Nobody would have ever thought of it. Leave my phone so I can put my case back on it. And it accidentally went for a shower in the sink earlier this week. Which is why I have the case, so that's good, but I had to like let it dry out and then I never put it back on. I'll probably stop in the next like couple minutes here. Eat it with rice and that'll dry it up or something. Yes. No, my phone actually like wasn't that wet. It's just the case was. And then the case had to dry out. You still work out? Did I ever work out? I dance, I stretch and stuff like that, but I don't go to like gym workouts or anything now. Dance, I guess. Yeah, I have been. It's one of the things that we're just sorry you forgot about it. It's one of the things that I've been like re-implementing back in my life at this point during the past. I mean, it's 3 weeks on Twitch, but I was back on YouTube in like April, so it's been serves me well. So I've been doing that more again, so I can get my body moving. Because I was like bedridden for 3 years. It was really bad. Well, I was like I was bedridden for practically the whole time. Towards the end or whatever, I obviously started. No, I'm 5'3". Thank you, Nightleaf. I really appreciate it. I'm like, yeah, 5'3" and 3/4. So sometimes I say 5'4". Not that tall. Which is, I like not being that tall. I look tall. Maybe it's the camera angle, I don't know. Didn't Jody say I look short earlier? I look short today. I have my chair all the way up. Yeah. If you compare to like doorway and shit, I'm not. not that tall. Fun size. Yeah, they said that about me my whole life. Like up until I was, I think, like 14, I was 4'10", and like wooden hammer, no. This is a grinder. It's a wooden grinder, but yeah, it's a grinder. No, I don't have a fucking gavel. I wish I did. Maybe I should invest in one. It would be. It would be a waste. And this is a great grinder too. I just recently, like, a couple weeks ago, maybe a couple months ago now, I actually like oiled it instead of, typically I use alcohol to clean everything. I used like oil to clean it, and it's been so nice. It used to like get really sticky and like clogged up and everything, and it doesn't anymore. And I just, big fan. I did the same thing to my desk when I got my desk back, because it had to be repaired and I had to like screw the thing. I had to replace all the screws and fill the holes in the top. I actually did a video on it, but I just haven't edited it or anything yet. But I had to like make wood filler or epoxy and then re-drill the screws, replace the screws and all that shit. So I also rubbed the whole thing down with oil because it's like a solid wooden desk. I appreciate it. I'm glad too. Yeah, as I was saying, I'm probably gonna wrap up around like 8-ish. Cause I gotta... I do everything myself, you know? I'm kinda tired. I kinda ready to just like exist in my feminine energy and let somebody else fix the goddamn shower. But no, I fixed the shower. And I fixed the desk. I'm so tired. I'm so tired of taking care of myself. I've been doing it since I was like 5 years old, and I just want to fucking break, man. I just want to break. Want to be somebody's little artsy wife. It is satisfying when it all works out, yeah. Like, I am so proud of my desk, and like it doesn't wobble the way it used to and everything. So proud of the work I did. The thing wrong with the shower is that the showers, because it has like, I have an extender on it, and then on the extender I have like a special shower head that's like a dual shower head. So I had to take all the pieces apart, scrub the pipes, retape the pipes, and then put them back on with like a monkey wrench or whatever. So I mean, it wasn't a difficult job. It's just like, I'm tired of doing it. I'm tired of fucking doing it. I'm tired of doing tedious things. I just want to be the little art gremlin that lives in somebody's attic or something. I don't know. See me like once every 3 months and I'm covered in paint. That's the life I want. I'll make you a nice attic. I said attic because of the darkness, not because of like the typical spooky, dirty aspect. Just so that I want to live in a dark place in somebody's house. we can also put out the basement. The thing about basements though is fucking mold, and I have been through so much with mold. I could scream before I throw in the towel. I just don't want to do it anymore. I don't want to clean the carpets. I don't want to have to spray for mold. our last apartment like molded so bad. Like there was this huge leak. It was this whole fight. We lost so much shit because we kept washing and stuff and still smelled like mold. When I moved like all my Christmas stuff here, it all smelled like mold. So like I think it was a few months ago, so probably like 6 months ago, I finally like took everything out of the Christmas stuff, let it air out, sprayed it with like the mold treatment or whatever, and now it finally doesn't smell like it anymore. Yeah, anything like that. Uh, you know what? My roommate really sucked, so not against it. That was part of the reason it got so bad, was that he didn't notice that there was a very serious leak in his room until like half of the floor was soaked. Because he would sleep on the couch and then yell at us for doing things at very normal hours, like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. You can't make a smoothie at 3 o'clock in the afternoon because you're gonna wake me up on the couch. And it's not like this person did not work nights. I'm very like, my very first roommate was worked third shift, and like I never problem, always accommodating towards it, whatever. This person did not. This person did not work graveyard shift. They were just a really shitty person. I've been calling him psycho, but it's like I said earlier, it's not fair to like people who actually experience psychosis, because this person was intentionally doing the things that he was doing. It was not out of unsound mind or something like that. It was just out of very selfish mind. Yes. Yeah. Just an asshole. But like, I don't know. He was one of the ones that tried to fucking kill me too. Like, I have like a heart thing. Maybe. And there was a period with like my ADHD meds and my heart that I had to go in and get my heart checked like every week or whatever. And they told me that I was specifically at risk of like a heart attack and everything for this specific time. And it couldn't do anything to trigger it. One of the things that triggers it is turning on the heat really high. So every single time Ren would walk out the door, he would go and jack up the fucking heat. And of course I would have a whole like adrenal episode and shit. It happened all the time. I have so many fucking videos and like my Google account and stuff from it. And like, we genuinely told him so many times, like, you're risking her life, and he didn't care. And like, he was complaining that it was cold, which I guess, but because it was like, I'm like a 70 degree 69 70 degree person, and he would turn it up to like 80 Fahrenheit, so it's like that's quite the difference. Yeah, he knew what he was doing. He just hated me. And he hated me because I would call him out on his shitty behavior. Yeah, just straight up tell him he's fucking selfish and shit. Like, like when I'm doing something that I have to like, I don't know. If I'm like moving furniture or like sweating in my room or whatever, I typically keep it at like, lately it's been like 67 or whatever. But I used to have to, because I have like a separate air unit or AC unit that goes in like, just, it's portable, it goes in the window. I used to have one, or we moved into that place because it had central air, so I could, you know, keep myself at peace through the entire apartment, not just in the bedroom, which is, you know, for our first apartment, that was the issue, is I can't get out of my bedroom, I can't clean the kitchen because it's just too fucking hot and I'll pass out. So, in that house, I also had to have my AC on at like 62 all of the time, just because on like on a whim or whatever, he would decide to like jack it up and I would have an event. So it's like, if I kept mine at like 62 and kept my shit cold or whatever, didn't matter what he did with the heat or anything. I blocked off the vent and took care of all of that, so he wasn't able to manipulate. But it really sucks having to do like yeah, it was bad because it was not only I had the AC, I had like two fans, I had like the window, I blocked off all of my vents, like literally closed them. We bought magnetic seals for them, but they didn't stick because there was so much paint on it. And so I had it duct taped, like strips of duct tape to the wall, and there would still be air blowing through because it was so high. Yeah, this and the problem is like he like I not only find myself in chaotic situations because chaos feels like home, whole trauma thing, but like I don't I there are certain ways that I have perpetuated the cycle, the pattern of like why it's been like this for so long. But like, yeah, I wasn't actually kidding when I said I'm like notoriously hard to kill. Like when I think my sister was 13, so I would have been 10. Her ex-boyfriend tried to drown me in my own swimming pool because I would call him out on his shitty behavior. And I thought, like, the way he treated my sister was not good because he was like 17, 18, and she was like 13, 14. And I said it was wrong. So he tried to kill me. And you know what? She didn't break up with him. Yeah. I can't deal with the need for a man is such a high priority that literally nothing else matters, even family. And it's when you tell somebody to face that, they're not ready to face it. You're mean. So I can't. I just couldn't anymore. Yeah. That was part of the pattern. And it was like, it was so obvious. It was the day before we streamed together, and in the stream together, you noticed like her specifically, her face was like all puffed up and everything because we had spent the night before crying because she had a dude over the house and like hung out in the garage and asked me to hang out. So we did, just to like suss him out and stuff. And then she started like throwing jabs at me in ways that like they not only like diminish me or whatever, but they make me seem like super young and immature or things like that. Like commenting that I used to watch Hannah Montana when I was little. Like things like that. And she does it so she looks better to the guy because the guy and I were talking about music or whatever, and we had a close taste in music. And so she started throwing these like jabs out there to like knock me down, and I called her on it and I walked out, and we ended up having this like whole fucking blow up fight about it. She's like, I would never do that. And I'm like, at the time, I'm like, yeah, sure. Like, whatever to get through the argument or whatever. But, like, reflecting on it, it's something that she does all the time when there's a prospect. And it's because she dates people that don't respect her. And after they meet me, they have less interest in her. Like, I always get in trouble for difference of opinion or differing in opinion with people that I guess anybody brings into my house. And it's like, it's not a difference of opinion because my opinion is just like, it's not, I don't know. It's not a difference of opinion or starting a fight or whatever. It's that, like, I can see that they don't have values. Like, our difference of opinion is like, you don't think that these things should exist, or women should exist, or women can be smart, or like, you don't even believe that the person you're dating, who is my sister, is valuable enough to be like in any conversation, like any whatever. And it's like they're like always misogynistic and shit like that. It's not, yeah, it's not chocolate and strawberry. It's like, I think she should be a person and he doesn't. And that's our difference of opinion, and that's why I'm the black sheep. Because I don't just shut up and go with whatever. A lot of people have tried to bully that out of me. Yeah, that it doesn't compute to me. And they always end up breaking up for the same reasons. It's, pattern. And I just, normally I'm the person that comes and picks up the pieces when the pattern ends, and I decided that I'm just no longer doing any of it. I don't talk to anybody. Yeah. That's why most people who don't like me don't like me. That's the reason. I say the quiet part out loud. I say the thing that's uncomfortable that nobody else will say. And it's not like I'm trying to like make people look bad or trying to look for those parts or whatever, but when someone says something or does something that is so against like your morals and values and shit, and like, you're just supposed to sit there and say nothing. I guess I get it from my mom's side then. My mom's side is German. I'm just more direct because of like my neurodivergence, and I just say exactly what I'm thinking. And most people dress it up and sugarcoat it and everything before they say, yeah, not to offend, or. And I don't care if I offend. I think that a misogynist should feel offended. Yeah, and I don't like playing hide and seek either with like, I don't want to have to dig for the truth ever. Just fucking tell me the truth. And that's like how I operate, which is why I don't remember a lot of my conversations or anything. But I don't have to, because there's nothing to have to keep up with. I don't have a lie to keep up with. I don't have an image to keep up with. It's just this. It's always this wherever I am. So it's not something I have to keep up. I just, well, I don't know. I live as I am. I've tried being the right person who does the right things and all of that. Doesn't suit me. Or just doesn't say anything to pretend things are okay. Yeah. I have that in some weird superficial dynamic. Exactly, which is what I feel like it is, because it's never like, obviously it's not a deep fulfilling relationship if they don't value you as a human being. So, like, why why do we do this? I can't tell if there's lipstick on my teeth or what's going on. But yeah, if I see something, which is like the the question that we were talking about a couple of streams ago, was to tell how someone knows you or whatever, and that's like if they you see me like fighting with somebody on the street or whatever, what do you think that the fight is about? I'm hoping there's more people like, well, obviously there are more people like us, but I mean like it would be great if the percentage of people like us was higher, but I don't think it is. If I'm like verbally fighting somebody on the street, they were treating somebody poorly. If I am physically fighting somebody on the street, I saw them hit their kid. Or I saw them hit a kid. I don't care. I'll fucking smile in my mugshot. Yeah, that's what all bets are off. A verbal fight could be somebody being shitty to their kid too, but it's being shitty to anybody, especially a vulnerable person, whether it's like somebody with a disability, a child, anything, you know. Yeah, it's smile at my fucking mugshot. Someday that kid's gonna look me up and say thank you. And I'll say you're absolutely welcome. Would you like a burrito? Yeah. I yell at people a lot too. It's that like I think it's that like duality I have. Somebody described it after I like talked about that on stream and everything. Somebody described it to me as you have like my duality, my personality is one side is try me, bitch. And then the other side is, oh my god, are you okay? Do you need a hug? That's my duality. Oh, yeah. When someone's treating their pet poorly, or they don't have their pets on leashes, or that was another thing with the fucking roommate, was this fucking dog. Oh, it was a nightmare. And like the thing is, the dog was so wonderful, so loving, so great. But the only way he would train her is to like grab her by her neck scruff and pull her into on the ground. And he expected us to do that to like keep consistency and shit. And I'm like, absolutely not. I am not doing that to a dog ever. I said, if you get some toys or whatever, I'll replace the jumping behaviors with like a toy when she comes in or when I come in. Like I'll play tug of war with her or something so she doesn't jump up on me. Like replacement behaviors, positive reinforcement. I never saw that dog. I lived there for 11 months and never once saw that dog with a toy. Ever. We lived there 11 months and could not keep our door open because she never had enough food and would come eat the entire cat's bowl of food. And she had one of those like gravity feeder things, so she would eat like an entire fucking thing of cat food. Yeah, it's kind of like ABA, which is it's like the behavioralism used on autistic people. It like people who legitimately train dogs won't use those types of techniques or controlling, like strictly telling you no or whatever, because it does not take the dog's consciousness, life, it doesn't take that into account. So humans actually like learn this as like They go to school to do this to people when like a dog trainer won't even, because it doesn't respect the individual that you're uh, training, whatever. I don't understand why it's such a big deal. Like, if an autistic kid is not role playing with their toys and lining them up instead because that's what brings them calm and peace, then they will do horrible things to get that child to not do those behaviors anymore. The dogs are rough with each other in packs as well. First of all, no, not like that. I mean, teach because we know better. Yeah, and the whole alpha male dog thing, whatever, that not only do people base dog behaviors and shit on, but also, you know, dating and alpha males and all that. The entire alpha male wolf thing was based on a flawed study in which the person who published it retracted it and said, no, this is not, like, it's not real. It's not real. So that whole alpha thing is not real. It's respect in a dynamic. Yeah, it's that hierarchical morals. You have to find a way to get above people and keep people below you instead of being flat, which flat morals is like everybody, like respecting human life and all that, respecting life. Yeah, it's a short, and it's not at all effective, like at all. It doesn't do anything, and like, because the dog doesn't learn anything. Nobody learns anything from that, like that kind of treatment. No matter what you do. Best time, respect your dog, understand they work differently. Yeah. And that's like, I've put years, like tough years, into like getting my cat's trust and everything, for, because, you know, she was used to either being outside or alone. She'd never really trusted humans before, besides like when she meets people, she is very affectionate and stuff. I think it's because they give her attention and they give her treats and everything. But when it comes to like having a sustained relationship with somebody, she never really had that. She was foster to foster to foster. So it took like years, literal years of work to get her to be like how we are now. And she is like always, she's always in like this region. It doesn't matter where I am, she is always involved in it. She sleeps around me all the time. She has to be near me when she sleeps. She like just started not too long ago like showing her belly and shit, and I was like, oh. Because that's like a huge trust thing with those. And I just like, because I just understand, I guess, animals differently than most people do. I rehabilitated animals like my entire life. Like usually I got them when they were in poor treatment, and then you fix them up and either keep them or give them to a better home. And I've had so many that were disabled because of the treatment. Like I had an iguana that, she was so malnourished that like her hands, her claws, fingers couldn't work anymore, so she couldn't like really move herself great. Her jaw, the bone and the cartilage in her jaw was like depleted from like, because you know they get calcium from somewhere, humans do it too. It starts, you know, when you need something, it starts breaking down the body to get it. And so she couldn't like chew certain things, so I had to like mash up melons and stuff for her to eat and everything. And it's just because somebody didn't want to do the research into like the kind of vitamins and minerals that an iguana needs. Like, what's the point? What is the point? Their families. Yeah, listen to every word I say. I can sit off the leash, yeah. And she's just, if I call her, she always comes running. It's just, it takes years. and you can't do it from a place of being better than someone, I don't think, or being better than them. You have to respect their journey as well. And I guess that's something that people don't really see about animals, is that like they have their own journeys. Yeah. And like there is not one time that I've ever regretted that work ever. It is always worth the time. It is always worth the investment, and it is the best thing when you see them after treatment or whatever, see them living happy and carefree. It's just such a beautiful thing. So I have never once regretted taking in an animal like that. That's just what I try. So, I mean, Greenwich is respecting life and shit. It's not planting plants, apparently. Although I did bring one plant back to life. It's very gratifying as a human. When, especially like when you start to see them, like, just be, you know, like my cat not being all hyper vigilant and just being a cat. Or like I had this horse that I took in, and he was so old, but his hooves were so long that he like could barely walk. Like he couldn't walk without pain. It was fucking up his joints. It was so bad because nobody ever got him clipped. So my sister was the apprentice for a farrier, so she they did his feet and gave him a new set of shoes and everything. And the way that horse was like prancing around and just absolutely living his best life in that moment, it's so gratifying. Never regret it. Well, I went 30 minutes over what I said I was gonna do, so I think I'm actually gonna get out of here. I have other things to do before I get wrapped up for bed. But I will see y'all on Wednesday. I appreciate everyone hanging out with me. Not only for Inescapable, but just to chill and talk for a little bit. I appreciate it. And I will see you guys next time. I really enjoyed it too. Thank you for hanging out, and I leave. I appreciate it. Bye.